Hey there. Now's the time that I usually will say, hey there, bosses, but this video is going to be a little bit different. I think this video isn't just for bosses out there. I really think it's for everyone. Because if you have found this video, chances are you are looking up search words like coronavirus or COVID-19 or, what to do in a quarantine. And that's what I kind of find myself doing today. Not my usual type of video, but definitely something that I just want to be real and raw and just share something with you so that if you find yourself feeling down of your situation, I want you to try and look at the bright side, because that's definitely what I have had to do. Long story short, my husband works as a government employee, and one of his coworkers tested positive. And, I know we're not super unique in that situation. You probably already know somebody who tested positive, or a friend did. And it's kind of that heightened sense of, ooh, I need to watch out for them, right? Well, what's a little bit different about my situation is when we found that out, my 7 kids weren't at home. They're actually with my mom, which really isn't unusual. Every spring break, my saint of a mother takes the kids about 8 hours away to her home and has them for the week. And what's kind of nice about that is they get to spend time with their grandma and grandpa. And what's nice for me and my husband is we get a little bit of a break, which if you guys, probably already like spit your food out going, wait, did she really say 7? Let me rewind that. Yes, 7. So we definitely look forward to that bit of a break every year. And this year was no different. What was a little bit different, and it probably happened in your same hometown, is schools closed early. They closed a little bit early, but really it was before everything really went crazy. I mean, it was scary out there, but I think a lot of us still weren't quite aware of how this was going. Nobody knew how this was going, right? It was coming. She came the Friday before. And so anyway, they were all at Grandma and Grandpa's, having a blast, still, staying in and being safe that way of not maybe doing some of the things they normally would, but they were still kind of playing with their cousins. They were still, going to the creeks and the rivers and the parks. It was pre-park closure, right? Anyway, fast forward to my husband and I in bed one morning early, both kind of just scrolling through and getting ready to start our day. And he says, oh my gosh, so-and-so tested positive. And I remember feeling like this rush kind of go from my head to my toes. It was warm, it was hot, probably like a head rush, like blood or something, I don't know. But I was shocked, to say the least, because again, it's one of those things like, oh, it'll never happen to me, right? Well, it happened to us. And again, my husband works in one of those essential jobs as an essential employee. So he's been having to go in. And I work just a couple days a week outside the home as a success coach. And the rest of the time I'm working at home running my own direct selling business. So I'm used to working from home. That wasn't really the issue, but it was the, oh my gosh, you've been around this person. You've been around me. And very quickly I had to realize I had to call my mom and tell her she couldn't bring my kids home. And that was tough. I mean, yeah, it was fun that when it was my choice for my mom to have my kids, right? And again, there's no place I'd rather them be if they couldn't be with me than be with my mom. But all of a sudden that choice felt like it was taken from me. And that doesn't feel good. Not at all. And it was a rough call to make. It took me a couple hours actually to call. Maybe I didn't want to. Maybe I was scared. Maybe I was trying to just put the words together in my head. I was still kind of feeling that numbness. Anyway, so I had to call her. And my parents are older. My dad is very sick with prostate cancer. So that was also a big concern for me. My mom is older, same thing. And I didn't want to be the one to expose them. I definitely didn't want to be the mom that willingly took my kids back home, even though I really wanted them here, knowing that I could be exposing them. Now, knock on wood, kids so far really aren't being affected, but again, we don't really know a lot about this, do we? I mean, very quickly, my Cornavacation turned into a 14-day quarantine. Like that. So it wasn't easy for the kids. I've missed my son's 16th birthday. He can't even go to the DMV and drive, which, is one of those ripple things with all of this, right? That doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but to a 16-year-old, that's the world. So he is struggling already. My oldest is a senior, and I'm still holding on to some type of a hope that he'll be able to walk in his graduation. He'll be able to have his senior picnic. He'll be able to have, those weeks before graduation where the seniors do nothing and they sit out in the parking lot on a lazy boy, right? And bring a little pool to soak their feet in. Like, I want him to have those experiences. I am ordering him one of those t-shirts that's like Seniors 2020 and it has the toilet paper rolls and like the masks. Like, I'm getting him one of those because I just kind of have to, right? But joking aside, he's going through some things that he's really struggling with. And as a mom, that's hard. And I can't be there for him. It was my birthday. Not a big deal. I mean, after you're 21, like, who really cares, right? But to my kids, it was hard for them not to be there and sing me happy birthday. And golly, it's one of those days for me that I like pull the strings. I'm like, stop that. You can't yell at my birthday. You can't fight. It's my birthday. You have to be nice. It's my birthday. Like, I didn't even get to do that. So that was kind of a bum. And in a couple days, my daughter's going to turn 9, and we're going to miss that. And she's my sensitive one. She's one that will be very quiet and just turns inward when she's hurting. So I'm really worried about her. And so I guess the reason I'm telling you all this, is maybe just to get it off my chest, but also I want you guys to kind of appreciate your kids, even if they're driving you nuts, even if you wish you could like pay your teacher somehow, your kid's teacher, and smuggle them at your house to teach them at home because you really don't want to do that and you're ready to strangle them. Like, when you get to that point, stop and think and go, at least I can strangle them. Like, at least I can literally put my hands on their neck and strangle them if I want. Because sadly, that was kind of taken from me. So I just want to kind of maybe from here, take it on a positive note and just share some things that I have been doing that have been helping me. Because I know I might be a little unique in the sense that I'm quarantined from my kids. Like, I'm not quarantined in with my kids. I'm quarantined away. That might be a little bit more unique, but I'm sure you are missing somebody. I saw this post on Facebook today of this lady standing in a glass door at her mother's care home. So they were like hand to hand and like looking at each other through this glass. And it was so beautiful and so sad at the same time. So you might be a parent who's missing your parents, right? You might be missing your friends. You might be missing your life. Like, you're missing something right now. And I don't want to take that away from you. But again, if you are a parent, just stop right now. Well, don't stop right now. Wait till this video is over. But go give your kids a kiss, but just tell them that you love them. Because this whole thing is just crazy. When your life is not normal, it's really good to do things that make it normal again, or to help you feel that way. Because if I was just to sit here and be so sad and depressed of what's going on, I'm stuck in the house and I can't see my kids, and my poor husband's the only adult I really get to talk to face, feel sorry for him. It's okay. That's tough. On a fun note, for me, not for him, is usually on these breaks, we do some projects. So we do have some fun honeydews that is keeping us busy. And that might be something that you want to do too. But some tips and tricks of things I'm doing to keep myself normal, to keep me positive, to keep me thinking in the right way. Because if you are doing nothing but staying in your pajamas, Netflixing and chilling all day and like completely obsessed with the Tiger Man show, and you've watched The Office 1,500 times, that hurts your heart and your soul and your mind and your body, really. So I am here to try and turn this video into something positive, to help you think of some things to do. So one of the things I started to do, and this is why I kind of popped over here, is a gratitude journal. Now I did this one a little bit different. This is actually a door. And right behind me here is my office in my dining room. I did make a video about my office, and so you can definitely check that out. I'll put it in the comments. But on the back of this door, I did chalkboard paint, and I started a gratitude journal. So every day, part of my morning routine is I kind of stop and think about 3 things I'm grateful for. And so if you can read that, I don't know if you can, you know, family, healthy kids, that was the first thing I wrote. So even if you just maybe put a stack of Post-it notes and a pen in your bathroom, and in the morning when you are in there and, you know, maybe washing your face or brushing your teeth, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Or at the end of the day, 3 things. Start that journal. I know it will help you. Number 2, keep your routine. Now, again, depending on when you're viewing this, you've probably gotten bored of the let me do nothing all day. Like that might be fun for a little while. Again, it's kind of that Cornavacation mindset. But after a while, you realize this isn't as awesome as you might think it is. So keep your routine. So let's say you're used to waking up and making coffee in the morning. You know, make that cup of coffee. Do those things that you normally do. If you're used to going to work, where clearly you can't go to work, right? You have to stay home, but use that time to be productive. Don't just sit and Netflix all day. In reality, I hardly even have the TV on. I watch a little bit at night after my husband and I have dinner. We kind of, you know, watch a couple shows just to chill out a little bit, but I am not on the couch just watching TV, because I know for me, that would really depress me. Just like if I was to stay in bed all day, it would take me to a really bad place. So I am getting up. I am continuing my morning routine. I'm getting up at 6 a.m., even though I don't need to. But for me, it does something amazing. So keep your routine as much as you can. Number 3, which really follows along with that, is get dressed. People, get dressed. Now, if you're a boss watching this, you probably already saw my video here about getting dressed. I really talk about the whole mindset of it and what it does for you if you do work from home. Now, you might have been working from home for years like me, or maybe you got sent home to work because of this whole thing. You really still want to get up and get dressed because it does something amazing for you. So I'm not going to go all into that. Just watch that video. And I also kind of share some fun things at the end. I'm a huge thrift addict. I'm missing my thrift stores, y'all. I am missing them. But I show a whole thrift haul, and it's just some amazing outfits that you can get for under $20. So there's no excuses. No matter if you have 7 kids like me and a couple of them still young enough to be pulling on your clothes, you can still get up, get dressed, and look cute. Number 4 is, again, if you are at home and you are working from home, please set up an office space. If you don't have one, that's okay. It's very easy to do. Even if you literally take a table over here, you put it in front of a window, you put your computer there, but that is your place. You go sit and put that hat on that you're working. Because again, that couch, when you sit on that couch, it tells your body, hey, this is the place I relax. This is the place I kick my feet up and I chill out and I watch the TV. So you want to shift your mind. If you think, oh, I'll just work in my bed, again, that place is where your brain is normally saying, this is where I sleep. This is where I get tired. So you want to go somewhere that is your own space for a office. If you want a little tips and tricks or want to actually see my home office that is set up in my dining room, so this is my dining room, y'all, then go check out this video. It's really kind of fun. I just give you a little tour of my home office. Number 5, and I highly recommend this, is to check in with some people. We have so many ways to reach out, whether it's text, whether it's Messenger, Instagram, DM. even Zoom. I don't know if you've ever gone to zoom.us or got the app on your phone. It's kind of like Skype, or go to Skype and do a conference where you can see somebody and talk to somebody. I've done several Zoom conferences, both through my success coaching and through my home business. And it's so nice to be able to see people and talk to people and at least like look at someone moving that you can actually talk to. It's the next best thing, right? But reach out to people. I saw a hilarious meme that talked about, introverts, reach out to your extrovert friends. They don't know what they're doing. And that's the truth. People that you're used to seeing pictures that they're out all the time and they are just on the go. Reach out to them because they are really struggling. I'm not saying the introverts aren't, but if they're used to chilling at home and don't like people, then, they are loving life right now. Just send them a message. Hey, how are you doing? Are you healthy? Are you sane? And just start a conversation. It will help them. It will help you. Step number 6, if you can, get out. Like literally get outside. One of my favorite things to do lately, which wasn't part of my normal routine, is to go and get the chickens out of the chicken coop and look for their eggs. And I talk to them and thank them for their eggs. And that little bit of just brisk walk, even in the morning, it was snowing today, hello, and I didn't even care. It just felt good. I got outside. Some of you might not have 6 acres like I do, but you probably have a porch or you have a window. I don't know, something. But if you can step out and feel like you're not closed in, that roof isn't like shrinking you down, right? That's massive. That could totally help your mindset, your heart, again, your soul, and just feel like you can breathe fresh air, or get out, lock the door behind you, and escape from your kids for a minute, right? Just be grateful for them. Number 7, my last one, I picked 7 for my 7 kids, is be creative. Think of something that maybe you've always wanted to do and you never had time. Y'all, you've got time.
Some of those you might go, oh, I really wanted to paint and I don't have, painting supplies because I can't go out. Well,
there's so much on the internet, Google, YouTube, Pinterest, like those top 3. You can go on there and search for all sorts of things. And I promise you're going to be able to find something to get your creative juices flowing without having to go out and purchase anything. Or you might have stuff at home that you can already do. Or again, I bet you have a list of things you've been wanting to do and you haven't been able to do. So get to that list. Be creative. Something that you love, something that you create. Pick up that book that you ordered, 3 years ago and you never read, right? Do something. So that's just what I kind of want to end this on. Please, in the comments, if you have other ideas, things that you've been doing that have helping you get through this whole coronavirus pandemic craziness, please share below. Hopefully, if you are watching this and none of these ideas sound good, look through the comments and see what else you can see. Kind of a bonus one I really want to share too is to have some self-care. Give yourself a break to just be with yourself and do something that makes you feel good. And if that's sitting there Netflixing and chill over Tiger Man, go for it, girl. Like, that's okay. Just give yourself that time. Remember, self-care is not selfish, it's self-preservation. Thank you for being here. This has made me feel better, just kind of getting this off my chest. So I so much appreciate you watching this. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, and share this. Maybe share this with somebody who has been struggling or is like, oh my gosh, my kids, I'm gonna kill them. Be like, yo, at least you have them. Watch this, you'll feel better. Maybe you'll have more patience. I don't even want to say this out loud. If one of us ends up getting sick, because right now my husband and I are very healthy. We have about another week-ish to have this little quarantine. If one of us gets sick, I'm definitely going to make a new video. But as of right now, I'm just thinking positive. I'm working through. And thank you guys. See ya.